topic is the impact of behavioral biases on the investment decision making, which moderating variable of gender. I'm Gopal SRIVASTAVA, and I'm a junior research fellow of Department of Commerce, Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya. And these are the authors of the paper. So let's start. So first of all, we start with the introduction, and we can say the the traditional financial theories said that the investors are completely rational. They have access of all the information, and while making investment decision, they use that information for the investment. But in reality, it is not true. They act irrationally. Their investment decision influences by various behavioral biases, their feelings, emotions, and their knowledge, gender, upbringing, etc. So, there is a need to check how these behavioral biases impact the investment decision and how gender impact their investment. So the objective of the paper is to examine the impact of behavioral biases of on the investment decision with the moderating variable of gender. And these are my hypotheses. And the paper in the paper, three behavioral biases is taken into consideration. That is herding factor, prospect factor, and overconfidence. In the research methodology, the study is cross-sectional, and 250 responses have been collected through the structured questionnaire, and conveyance sampling is used for collecting the data. And each of the variable consists four questions based on 7-point Likert scales. And SPSS software is used for the data analysis. Cronbach alpha is used for the reliability, and correlation and regression analysis is used to infer the result. For moderation analysis, process macro is an extension in the SPSS is being used for checking the moderation variable as a gender. And this is my conceptual model, and that how behavioral biases like herding factor, prospect factor, overconfidence is impacting the investment decision with the moderating variable of gender. And now look at the findings. First of all, we talk about the herding factor and investment decision. As we frame the hypothesis, first hypothesis is uh, there is no significant impact of herding factor on investment decision. It is rejected as the p-value is less than the 0.05. We can see that the p-value is 0.024, which is less than the 0.05. And the second hypothesis, gender does not moderate between the herding factor and investment decision. It is accepted as a p-value is more than 0.05, which is the where here we can see that the interaction level of p-value is 0.9195, which is more than far more than the 0.05. So the hypothesis got accepted. Secondly, we can see we will talk about the prospect factor and investment decision. In the hypothesis, there is no significant impact of prospect factor on investment decision. It is rejected as a p-value is less than 0.05. And thus fourth hypothesis, where we can take gender as a moderating variable, is accepted as the p-value is 0 more than the 0.05. The p-value is 0.2682. And next we talk about the overconfidence, how overconfidence impact the investment decision. Here we can see that the hypothesis got rejected, which says that there is no significant impact. Here we can infer that the p-value is less than 0.05. So we can say that the overconfidence impact the investment decision in the favorable manner. How we can say that the favorable manner? Because the coefficient value is in positive. And the in last hypothesis, where we taken gender as a moderating variable, got accepted because the p-value is more than the 0.05, that is the 0.9738. And in last way, here we can say that in conclusion that the traditional financial theory says that the investment investors act rational in every situation. It is not completely true. They act irrationally. Here we can say they act normally, eh, because they impacted by their various behavioral biases, um, and financial knowledge, upbringing, surroundings, etc. But in my study, gender does not play any role in the investment decision. So these are some references for my study, and thank you.
So thank you so much to all the participants, respected dignitaries, respected academicians, researchers who have made this NUS Singapore International Conference a grand successful one by delivering their research paper and presentation here. So very congratulations to all of you, and we are thankful to all of them. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, welcome.